Thank you, Marge and Steve, for making this a hard one. I'm the last one, and this isn't a big novel, it's a short story. So, hi, I'm Peter Gerard Voelkel, and I'm proud to be a loyal Don Diego, a UNC Tar Heel, and more importantly, a member of the Voelkel family. If you think about it, everyone in this room most likely shares a common denominator, a story or two about chasing an elusive white ball. It sounds so easy, catch it and pass it on. But in life, we all understand how difficult it is to perfect as a player, coach, and parent. How many times have you dropped the ball? Stan the Man was the exception to the rule. First lacrosse player I ever saw who snapped his wrist to fake the pass and then thank everyone for shopping by finishing the move with a shot and goal. Job well done, Stan. My father, Robert Emmett Voelkel Jr., affectionately known as the Reverend, always stressed when leading a meeting, keep it under an hour because everyone's focus will expire. So I promise I will try to be efficient with my remarks, since the night is getting old, just like me. 30 years later, and my memory is filled with stories as vivid as yesterday. I don't know about the other inductees, but I'm looking forward to finally getting a good night's sleep after many sleepless nights, jotting down ideas and thoughts. I always prided myself on being a good teammate, both on and off the field. Here's a funny story that I woke up to recently, laughing in my sleep. We were driving to practice in Jeff Homeyer's white Toyota car with Keith Bradish in the front passenger seat and yours truly in the back. As we were approaching the turn into the parking lot to our locker room, I was keeping my head up and using good field sense when I made a remark about an attractive co-ed. Have you ever watched a tennis match and the spectators' heads moving back and forth in unison? Well, as soon as I made that comment, all three of us turned our heads together to enjoy the view, and bam, we proceeded to run smack into the back of the car that was directly in front of us. The stern look that homie gave me was priceless. The bad news was I earned an assist to the accident. The good news, there was a minimal damage since we were only going 15 miles an hour. The PGV story is dominated by others in my life. Parents, siblings, teammates, and coaches. To my guest, you are here because you have touched my life, and I am here because of you collectively. Lacrosse is a team game, and I have been blessed to be part of some extraordinary chapters that included many exceptional friends. This award is really a tribute to those relationships established in high school, college, and afterwards. This is not about me. It is all about what we accomplished together as a team, together being the key word. Here are a few cliff notes about my short story. Some of my other passions include the following: mayonnaise. I am a self-proclaimed mayo-holic. Soft-shell crab sandwiches. Mrs. Sears Italian sausage subs. Good. Summer vacations in Easton, Maryland. But I will save those delicious stories for another time. Tonight I will focus on 4 facts that are an integral part of tonight's celebration: favorite sayings, landscaping, nicknames, and numbers. One of my new favorite sayings is, a hug without a squeeze is like crackers without cheese. Why go through the motions? Don't do it unless you're committed and passionate about it. I love landscaping because my dear friend Dak Carney taught me how important it is to add color and texture to your soul. Enhance your curbside appeal. The ultimate goal in landscaping is creating seasonal colors and chemistry, allowing each shrub and tree to bloom during their own time and complement one another in the process. No different than playing or coaching on any team. You are trying to put the pieces together efficiently so everyone can maximize their God-given potential and find their role. During this journey, you learn about each other and hopefully earn your teammates' mutual respect and trust. Once that is accomplished, you have earned the right to brand a nickname for your teammates. This has worked for me and helped create many happy and lasting memories. I have nicknames for just about everyone that I care for. Johnny Rico, Wine Style, Spence, Hooter, Rev, Sal, World, Big Al, Bubba, Martin, Woofy, Love, Homie, Ubby, Ice-T, Slovey, Nick, Gates, Boom Boom, Elliot, Tony Roney, Moose, Stenrock, Fedgley, Booner, Fats, Big Red, Cart, Eddie, Swale, Baines, Boops, Lovebug, and of course Jones for Marcy, my wife. For me, nicknames are an informal way to say, do you feel my love, without saying it. Numbers are critical in life, period. Look at how much your iPhone, cell phone controls your daily agenda. Numbers measure performance, dictate time, set your schedule, establish goals in all facets of life. I've simply personalized them. They remind me of specific teammates and special times that we shared together. One of my confessions is that I have an affinity for several special numbers like 3, 4, 19, 23, 27, and 43, with 21 being front and center. Have you ever thought why so many games like horseshoes, darts, basketball, ping pong, and blackjack end when they reach 21? Think about it. There is a reason, and I profess that God shares my love for this number. This helps me sustain good karma in the complex game of life. Another side note, you've heard the phrase, good things happen in threes. Just ask Steve Mitchell. Well, in Marcy, in my case, great things did happen. All three of our children, Carter, McLean, and Hope, were born weighing in at 8 pounds and 8 ounces. What are the odds of that happening? My teammates, without them, I would not be here tonight. My favorite John Wooden saying is, a player that helps make a team great is more valuable than a great player. I was surrounded by many great players. Let me talk about my fellow characters and the intangibles that they brought to my story. Fire in the belly, a burning combination of passion and determination. It is one of the most important intangibles a person can bring to team sports. When you have a team that cares, you have a chance to succeed. Chris Mueller, Monty Hill, and Tim Voelkel fostered a very healthy and competitive environment at UNC, which became contagious. Safe to say, my fellow inductees have their fair dose of this combustion, so congratulations to them. Leadership and humility. Tom Mooney, Tom Federico, Tony Moog, Steve Stenerson, and Gary Burns showed me the right way to lead. Leadership is not about you, but rather everyone else. A great leader doesn't always need to talk. They lead by example and effort. Field sense. Every coach would die for players that possess this talent. It's a combination of poise, patience, and anticipation. Steve Muchler, Terry Martinello, Andy Smith, Joey Seivold, Brett Davey, Mac Ford, Tom Sears, and Brendan Mayer come to mind in mastering this invaluable skill. Toughness and pride. It is always easier to get along when you're winning, but digging deep when things are not going your way is a tougher task. Jamie Allen, John Schipper, Steve Martell, Paul Denko, Teddy Brown, and John Hawes were tremendously tough teammates. John Stewart and Sandy Capitos were tough coaches who taught me the importance of resilience. It is okay to fall because you get up stronger when you rebound. Athleticism. Pat Welsh, Tom Hawes, Mike Burnett, Henry Ciccarone, Randy Cox, and Kevin Griswold were blessed beyond comprehension in this category. Spark, a big play that changes the momentum of a game. Doug Hall, Jeffrey Homeyer, and Jeff Kaufman were some of my more noteworthy mojo characters. Class, Bill Ness, Willie Scroggs, Tom Giannakis, Ted Millsball, and Tom Calder come to my mind. No explanation is needed. The word suffices. Friendship and loyalty, the ultimate team intangible to my story. Dan Weintraub, Joe Seifert, Brent Voelkel, Billy Boone, Ward Farley, Henry Ciccarone, Michael Burnett, and Tom Sears are my main protagonists. The only thing that really matters is sharing these memories and experiences together. Tangible statistics like goals and assists are essential components to any lacrosse story, but the thread to success in any good novel is developing chemistry and roles within the characters. Once you accept your role on a team, strive to become a star. Roy Messenger, John Basil, Kevin Hawes, and Dave Wingate are prime examples of this. The almighty intangible. You might not be able to measure it, but you sure can feel it. Catch it and pass it on. Life lessons through the game of lacrosse. If losing didn't hurt so much, winning wouldn't feel so good. There is a reason why you lost. Figure it out. It is a wonderful teacher if you listen and learn from it. Case in point, we lost to UVA our freshman year in double overtime of the NCAA semifinals after being ahead late in the game. This proved to be the biggest motivating factor to our subsequent 26-game winning streak during 1981 and 82, where we captured perfect back-to-back ACC and national championships. I have a confession to my loyal Don Diego teammates. I didn't understand the real difference between selfish and selfless during my 4 years at Blakefield. Chalk it up as immaturity on my part. I'd thank my brother Emmett for giving me a few forearm shivers my senior year to wake me up. It is the single biggest transition between high school and college ball. The greatest difference is selflessness. Once a player learns the meaning to this word, the more valuable they become to their teammates. It becomes less about you and more about the team. It is truly the glue to team chemistry and typically makes or breaks a team's success. Fail to plan, plan to fail. Willie Scroggs was impeccable in his talent as it relates to recruiting, organization, assembling coaching staffs, and planning competitive, intense practice agendas. Don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. One of the greatest individual performances I witnessed in my competitive playing career was Michael Burnett in our classic 1981 victory versus NC State for the Carmichael Cup, a 1917 win. 4 goals, 5 assists, and 15 ground balls, and yet he was selfless in the act. We never had to talk about our exploits because Jamie Allen and Dougie Hall would typically visit us once a year and tell you all about it, whether you wanted to hear it or not. Kind of like a soap opera. You watch it once a year and you know everything going on. Touché. Push with the pillow. Don't scream as a coach. Be constructive and encourage. Once you finish your playing career, play it forward and give back to the game. Share the wealth. The last 15 years of my lack story as a coach with the Raleigh Rage and Ravenscroft School has been an incredibly rewarding chapter in my life. If you would allow me, I'd like to put on my Larry lobbying hat right now and suggest 3 rule changes. How dare you, Peter? Consider acknowledging an assist to an assist like they do in ice hockey. It recognizes the real creator of the play and helps spread the wealth amongst the players on the team, which is a positive thing. Bring back the ultra-cool 1970-80s tight game shorts. To honor the oldies like they do in Major League Baseball and NFL. This should help provoke a few laughs from the sidelines. Somehow honor legendary and deserving teams in the Hall of Fame. Wouldn't that be appropriate since it's a team game? What I cherish and miss most about my playing chapter. Heels together. Putting on the UNC uniform and competing. It doesn't get much better than that. Relishing how much fun our parents had together discovering the southern part of heaven. Our tailgate parties were infamous. One of the rare times I watched my father cry after our 1981 national championship victory at Princeton. Their body language said it all. A proud mom and dad experiencing pure joy. I am convinced our parents had more fun than we did, if you can believe that. I'm getting there, don't worry. The Blue Goose bus road trips, with Sal sleeping in the ceiling luggage racks and Dougie living off Doritos and soda. The pregame master of ceremonies, Hal Ness, would come 2 days in advance before every game. Now that most of us are parents, we can completely understand this passion or obsession. Watching how nervous Don the Hunk Zimmerman got before our games while he drew up our opening play. The training table, witnessing Keith John Bradish construct his 5-layer course meal in front of Sarge, who was completely flabbergasted at the sight. Observing Dr. DeWalt and Hooker perform their magic on the sidelines, only to be outdone by their post-game deeds, which were equally impressive. Our inter-squad practices were the best, bar none. Scramble drill was the essence of our playing style. Run and gun, exciting transition, and defense. So much fun to play and even better to watch. A goal without a plan is nothing more than a dream. Cleaning up Kenan Stadium after football games to finance our team equipment was an ingenious idea from Willie, which built foundations of great team chemistry and lifelong bonds off of the field. My freshman class, remarkable personalities in every sense of the word. Our Dirty Dozen included Michael Burnett, Tom Sears, Terry Martinello, Jeff Homeyer, Keith Bradish, Dave Wingate, Gary Waters, Ted Millspaw, Bill Ness, Kenny Weicker, and John Hawes. One of the all-time best assembled cast. We elected to take the road less traveled, and fortunately were able to carve our own slice of history as a result. Our record, 43-8 over 4 years with 1 home loss. In the process, we helped expand the traditional footprint for the game of lacrosse and helped begin a new Southern tradition. In 1981, we won the first NCAA championship for UNC in 24 years, since the basketball team beat Will Chamberlain in overtime sudden death in 1957. Pretty cool. The families and brothers that have donned the UNC Lax program over the last 30 years are worth mentioning. To name a few, Welsh, Wade, Seivolt, Davey, Wingate, Bitter, Aburn, Harden, Hawes, Kelly, Kane, Staines, Steidel, Tamillo, and Cox. I work out of my basement, and every morning I walk underneath the picture of Brent, Timmy, and myself after our classic battle with NC State in 1981. It just reminds me how unique and special it was playing with my brothers and being part of history, sharing a national championship together. It is without a doubt one of my most cherished accomplishments. Team, an acronym for together, everyone, attitude, creates magic. Once you create that, there might not be the letter I in the word team, but there sure is in the word win. In closing, lacrosse is so much more than a sport and a game to my story. It is a lifestyle. Catch it and pass it on. Great families, great competition, great athletes, great friends, great passion, great memories, great life lessons. This honor is a tribute to my family, friends, teammates, and coaches that have helped produce and direct my life story. This Hall of Fame award is really to honor our ultimate and most deserving coaches, our father and mother, the Reverend and Big Al. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Wow.